Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a feeling everyone's wrestled with it. The fear of rejection.
Mm.
A job application, pitching something creative, even just reaching out to someone. That potential no can really stop you in your tracks.
It really can.
But what if we've been fundamentally misunderstanding what rejection actually is?
That's exactly what's so fascinating here. We're not just talking about coping with it. It's more of a radical reframe, turning this huge stumbling block into, well, maybe a launching pad.
A launching pad, I like that.
Yeah, it promises a real shift in perspective, one that could genuinely change how you approach opportunities.
Okay, so where are we getting this perspective shift? Our source today is a really short, like under a minute YouTube clip.
Super concise.
It's called Give Me 58 Sec, I'll Delete Your Fear of Rejection by Dan Martell, the entrepreneur and author.
Right.
So let's unpack his insights. They seem simple, but pretty profound. Martell just jumps right in, doesn't he, with this really fresh take. Rejection isn't failure. It's proof you had the courage to try.
Mm-hmm. That's the core idea.
And then he builds on it, saying, it's not the opposite of success. It's the price you pay to become a better version of yourself.
That idea of a price or payment, that's a big shift mentally, isn't it?
Yeah, thinking of it as an investment, maybe, instead of like a penalty. How does that change the immediate feeling, do you think?
Well, that's the crux of it. If it's a payment, you're actually getting something for it.
Right.
Martell emphasizes this. He says, you don't get chosen without first getting overlooked. There's a progression there.
Okay, so being overlooked isn't the end.
No, not at all. It implies this journey where, every no brings you one step closer to a yes.
Oh,
So each no, each time you're overlooked, it's not some dead end. It's just a step, a necessary one maybe, on the way to getting chosen.
it reframes the whole process.
Exactly. Moves you beyond just that immediate result.
Okay, the payment idea makes sense. But then he talks about the outcome of that payment as redirection.
Yes, that's powerful too.
He says you get rejected, you readjust, you rise. That's not rejection, that's redirection towards something better.
Mhm.
But, for a lot of us, that feeling, that gut punch of rejections, it's really deep-seated. How does this idea of redirection help bridge that gap? From just understanding it intellectually to really feeling it differently.
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
Because that immediate sting, it often comes from fear, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Which brings us to another key bit from the clip
Yeah.
about what fear actually is. Martell uses that classic acronym, FEAR, false evidence appearing real.
Ah, okay.
It's about being afraid of something that's not happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
What we dread about rejection is often just a phantom, not a real present danger.
So if you're holding back, maybe not applying for that thing or not making that call because you're picturing the no, you're basically creating your own obstacle.
Pretty much. An obstacle that might not even exist. And the clip, it really challenges you on this.
Yeah, it does.
It asks, if rejection scares you, staying stuck should terrify you.
Oof. That hits home. It's uncomfortable, but powerful.
It is. Because, like Martell says, you've never gotten better when things were easy because comfort never changed anyway.
Comfort never changed anyway. Wow. So what does that really imply about, the discomfort we need for growth?
Well, it implies that real growth isn't just about, getting through a cut moment. It's about consistently pushing those boundaries.
Pushing the comfort zone.
Exactly. Our brains, they want efficiency, they want comfort, but that's where stagnation lives.
Right.
Right? Martell's point really backs up a kind of neurobiological truth. You forge new pathways, you build resilience outside that zone. It's the moving, the showing up that rewires us.
So ultimately, he brings it all back to just showing up.
Yeah.
The courage to show up, that's where transformation starts.
Yeah.
It's about taking that first step, making the ask, whatever it is, regardless of what happens right away.
Yeah, every interaction, even if it feels like a no,
Yeah.
it's moving you forward, often in ways you can't even see yet.
Right.
So, thinking about this deep dive, what does it mean for you listening? If redirection is the real nature of rejection, think about a recent no. What path might that actually be, maybe subtly guiding you towards right now? Is there an unexplored path opening up?
Yeah, that's a great question. And also consider that line, comfort never changed anyway. But what does that really truly imply about the discomfort that's maybe essential for your own evolution? It really makes you look at your whole relationship with no differently, doesn't it?